I've had a fantastic time. I've learned a lot. I felt like I'm going back to university. 3 days of rather intense discussions and presentations by such a diverse group of people. That's what was exciting about it. Architects, like any other architect, I occasionally go to conferences, but it's usually with other architects and designers. And we talk among ourselves, and a lot of us are saying the same things to each other. But here at the Green Leaders Summit, there was such a mix of people from science, from education, from engineering, from finance. There was attorneys, and a few people from urban design and architecture, so that there was a genuine dialogue around a common subject, but coming from many different perspectives. Recently, we've been working with large corporations and institutions that are kind of breaking a trend that's been occurring in the United States for some time. And the trend I'm talking about is how large companies or institutions, after they reach a certain size, have rather regularly moved out of the city, out to the suburbs or even the countryside, where space was less expensive and they could expand more readily. Not only do they want operable windows in now what would be high-rise buildings, 37, 38 stories tall, but they wanted more outdoor space, green space. They wanted good meeting space. They wanted places where people could go to think and act differently. And after some time in the project, the idea came out about, what about putting plants and people together in a much more dense way than we've seen in the past? And I mean dense in the sense of many more plants. The project now is generally referred to as the spheres. And they're literally 3 spherical buildings that interact with each other, that have, there are 4 floors of workspace, but also high bay spaces under the spheres that we can get trees as high as 65 feet, and large other areas of planting and water, ponds, that you can come in now and, any employee in Amazon, is the idea is that can choose to come for a few hours, or a team for a few days or week. The whole program isn't all set yet, but the idea is it's going to be an amenity for all. So when you want to leave that normal office space, bring those cortisol levels down, come to the spheres, and there's food available. It's interesting. Also in their buildings, in the high-rise buildings we're building for them, they'll be able to bring their dog to work every day. So it's not just plants. It's the way they think and act is much more organically. We want for them to have an environment that's more like someone's home, a residence. If you want to open a window, you can open a window. If you want your dog, you have your dog. If you want to get up and go outside and kick a soccer ball around, or walk your dog in a dog park, or go to a food truck to buy something to eat, and get out and walk to the local restaurants, all that's part of the design.